Talk about making a big impact, and TEMPEST Hanbin takes the cake. He's part of Yuehua Entertainment's newest boy group, but you might have seen him give stunning performances in Island or any of his K-pop covers with his dance crew. On top of being incredibly talented, he's also the first male Vietnamese K-pop idol. Let me tell you a little bit more about him though. A star from the beginning. Let me start by saying that technically the first ever male Vietnamese K-pop idol to debut is Roy from the group Z-Boy. But Z-Boy is a group with no Korean members and considered by many to be a multinational pop group rather than just a K-pop group. The other male Vietnamese idol is Hanbin, so he is arguably the first Vietnamese K-pop idol. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said that Vietnamese idols in the K-pop industry are exceptionally rare, so K-pop fans in Vietnam are happy to see that Hanbin is finally debuting. In fact, his debut announcement made headlines in Vietnamese newspapers such as Tiền Phong and Gain 14. Hanbin was born in 1998 inIen Bai, Vietnam. He was very interested in performing to the point that he taught himself how to dance when he was only 15. He moved to Hanoi to go to university there. He founded a dance crew with his university friends called CAC in 2016, and he was appointed as the leader. He was a dancer in CAC for 3 years under the stage name Hanbin. The crew competed in the Taipei Medical University talent show in 2017 and even won. Since then, CAC started posting their covers of K-pop songs. They got to the point when they became highly successful as a dance crew. You might have even watched one of their dance covers before because multiple videos of theirs have more than 1 million views. Hanbin left the crew in 2019 to start training to become a K-pop idol, and what better way to do that than join a survival show? On June 2nd, 2020, Hanbin was officially introduced as a participant in the CJ's and Big Hit Entertainment survival show Island. He got everyone's attention right away, and it's not hard to see why. With his incredible dance skills and visuals, it wasn't surprising that people couldn't look away from him. But I think that everyone who watched Island can tell that he was done dirty by the producers. I mean, a boy as talented as him not getting any screen time? How is that possible? Not only was his screen time cut severely, but the attention was taken away from him even if he was supposed to be in the spotlight. In full performances that aired on the show, the camera did not stay on him during his parts and instead focused on others. It was probably because Hanbin was nice, got along with everyone, and did his job without any complaints. The Island producers wanted drama, and Hanbin brought none, so they cut his time off. But nevertheless, Hanbin shined whenever he got the chance and showed everyone just how talented he is. Unfortunately, he got eliminated on episode 11 and couldn't debut in Hanbin, but his fan base grew enormously. His fan cams were some of the most watched fan cams among the Island contestants, and Big Hit would be dumb not to capitalize on his popularity among viewers. I mean, they were handed a massive fan base on a silver platter by a guy who was already well known and then even exploded in popularity during Island despite not being fairly treated. What more could they want? The success begins. Despite not making it into the final lineup, Hanbin went from being neglected and shoved aside by Island producers to getting his solo stage before even debuting and even having his own solo online fan meeting. He even opened his personal Twitter account and his tweets were making numbers. Most of his tweets reached 100,000 likes, and those are numbers only the top groups in the industry poll. But B-Lift Labs was making their biggest mistake yet. They weren't debuting Hanbin. In Hanbin, the group that consisted of all the final contestants, debuted in 2020, but Hanbin was nowhere to be seen, either as a soloist or as part of any of the upcoming hype groups. It looked like the company had no plans for any of the trainees that didn't make the final group. On the other hand, they were probably also afraid to let Hanbin go after seeing just how popular he was. His debut was controversial in some ways too. First of all, he was a Southeastern Asian idol, and netizens and the Korean public aren't exactly known for being tolerant of non-Korean idols. Looking at the backlash Chinese, Thai, and Japanese idols get on a daily basis for basically nothing, it's not hard to see why people were worried about his debut. But even with these concerns, it wouldn't be fair for Hanbin to just be left in the basement with all that talent and his fan base. He trained so hard, and for what? For B-Lift Lab not to debut him? Well, Hanbin apparently also decided that he has had enough because he made the decision to leave the company altogether. On June 2nd, B-Lift Labs released a statement breaking the news that Hanbin has decided to part ways with them. They said, "Our company has been discussing with Hanbin his dreams and goals for a considerable amount of time. After careful deliberation, Hanbin made the decision to begin forging a new future for himself." Hanbin released a statement himself and announced on Twitter that he has instead joined Yuehua Entertainment. But right after that announcement, Hanbin went silent on Twitter for almost 2 months, which wasn't very usual for him. Fans were starting to get worried too, since Hanbin's experience with B-Lift Labs wasn't the best. What if Yuehua Entertainment were going to leave him in the basement too? But their worries were quickly put to rest. A fan spotted him in the company of 2 other trainees under Yuehua Entertainment, and they already knew that a new boy group was under construction. And they were right. It seems like Hanbin was the person Yuehua were waiting for, because 6 months later, they teased the debut of their new boy group. Here he comes. The group's name is Tempest, and upon announcing it, people quickly realized that Tempest would be the company's first idol group in 3 years since Everglow's debut in 2019, and the best part of it all was that Hanbin was going to be a part of the group as the lead vocalist and dancer. Due to the popularity that Hanbin garnered while on island, Tempest's debut became highly anticipated, especially among Vietnamese fans. Fortunately, this led to Tempest having an exceptionally strong fan base in Hanbin's home country. The group was initially supposed to debut on February 21st, but their debut was pushed to March 2nd because all the members were diagnosed with COVID-19. Tempest finally made their debut with the mini album It's Me, It's We, and it has no skips, trust me. Hanbin also shined during the debut showcase, and I can't lie and say I haven't missed seeing him perform on stage. When Hanbin was asked if debuting in a foreign country was hard for him in any way, Hanbin said, "It's difficult, but it wasn't that hard. I'm just happy to say hello as TEMPEST Hanbin." He also revealed that he has been getting massive amounts of support from his family, and even the rest of the island contestants and Hanbin members who he kept in touch with. He shared, "I will work hard to become a proud being to my family and everyone who supports me from afar. Friends who came out on the same program cheered a lot. We talked to each other and cheered for each other everywhere." He also said that he's excited to meet them in the future if they happen to promote at the same time. Hanbin ended it by saying, "Thank you so much, and I think it will be amazing and happy to meet you on stage or in music shows in the future." Though the support he got from his family and friends doesn't quite compare to the support he has been getting from his fans. I already talked about his big fan base that only grew over time, but I think I need to paint you a better picture so you can understand just how massive his fandom is. A fan of Hanbin, Phoebe, who goes by her Twitter handle HanbinNo1998, has donated 160 million Vietnamese dong to build classrooms for a group of 25 children in Hanbin's hometown. It's also been reported that the fans spent around 10 million Vietnamese dong to donate warm clothing for the children. She also donated other articles of basic necessities like water filters and gift bags that included items like milk packets, cookies, candy, and more to the young children on the day of the inauguration of the school. In addition, Phoebe also donated to a second school in Hong Po Village in the same province as Hanbin's hometown. It was revealed that they donated 240 million Vietnamese dong to build 2 classrooms for kindergartners and an additional 40 million Vietnamese dong to build a playground for the kids. And all of that was done in the name of Hanbin to show their support for his hometown and him alone. All in all, it's really great to see Hanbin finally getting the chance to debut after so many years of trying and training. He has been through so much, and now his efforts are finally paying off. I also hope that his debut opens the door for more Vietnamese idols to get into the K-pop industry. K-pop is no longer limited to only Koreans, and it hasn't been limited to them for years now, so it's time to welcome everyone with potential and talent. The fact that Southeast Asia in general has so much talent to offer, and yet very few idols that actually debut are from there, is so devastating, so let's hope that it changes in the future. Hanbin's debut can be a huge step into a more positive future. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye!